spawning in the top right in the blue. Give it up for the Terran from Storm Gaming. It is special. In the bottom left in the red, the Protoss from Alpha X. It is Zoun. So, two totally different players, the same matchup from the previous series. I'm interested to see Terran Noob. Oh man, Zoun having some fun with special. Jeez. Let's see what happens here. Are we going to see some cheesiness then from Zoun, thinking that special is a noob, or will special take the game? Will he take the series? I'm interested to find out. The barracks is going to come down for special. I'm going to be going for a little bit of a block. Eventually, we do see Zoun looking to take an expansion. Well, he's going to go up and take Cybernetics Core first. I think he's wanting to wait to see, is it going to be some kind of one-base proxy? Is he, going to be doing something crazy? So yeah, going Cybernetics Core first, and then eventually going into Nexus, going to be more than okay. So, this can be Marine first for special. Instead of going for the Reaper, this will allow him to get a little bit, not necessarily aggressive, but it will allow him to eventually go into a factory, but it looks like he's going to be doing a 2-1-1 or either a 3 rack. I think it's just going to be the 2-1-1 though. So Marauder first. Put a reactor down towards the bottom. And the Adept on the way for Zoun. It's gonna pylon going down, gonna go into a Stargate behind this. Of course, special taking that expansion. Very interesting though, we're not gonna be seeing we're gonna be seeing slow concussive shells. Going into double Reapers and a Marauder. Very interesting. Very, very chatty. We do actually have finally concussive shells being researched. We do have more Marauders coming through. And oh, okay. It must have been a misclick there. No, he didn't. He did finish the Reapers. Oh my goodness. Interesting. So gonna go double Reapers, maybe into the main. Well, it's blocked off, so I don't think he's gonna get anything done with that. But with the Oracle help, eventually this will get shut down. But I mean, he might be able to get a couple of kills here, so that's good. Alrighty, so Gateway does go down, just waiting for the Marines and Marauders to come across. Eventually the Phoenix is going to be the play from Special. Now the Adept's going to go across, and the Oracle, of course, already we see Special moving back, shown just like say hi in response. Now there are enough Marines here to deal with the Oracle. The big question is going to be, is he going to have enough for the Adepts? The Adepts are going to return back home. Looks like the Void Ray, excuse me, the Oracle will go into the main, eventually go towards the natural, just looking for whatever kind of kills he can get. But again, there's enough Marines here. Should have no issue. Stim on the way. Do finally have that factory going down. Behind this, just can continue the Marine production now. This does give an opportunity for Special to go and counterattack, but he needs to deal with the Oracle first. I do not know why I keep wanting to call it a Void Raid, but it is in fact an Oracle, despite what I may tell you. And this is actually really good for Zoun. This is going to allow him to keep that defensive pressure up. Now, Special could eventually could eventually just kind of throw down a couple of turrets. He'd be safe. He can go across. But every second that Zoun forces Special to stay home, is more opportunity for him to build up into his tech. We already see him going into the Phoenix. He's going into Robotics Bay. He's going to get more and more units. Should be more than okay. Alrighty. Phoenix is going to be coming into the natural. Kills off a handful. Gets 3 SCVs. Meanwhile, a Marine going to be going across the map. And now the Phoenix is just going to keep an eye out. Wants to see, are there any drops coming? Is there any attacks coming? What is on its way behind it? Additional gateways. Getting that third base up and running. I swear I just heard a mine. Okay. So what will we see coming out here now for Special? Now, he's going to eventually get the medevacs. We'll allow him to drop, but with the Void Ray, or the Phoenix in place, everything's a Void Ray apparently if you play Protoss. Whenever the Phoenix start getting up to these higher numbers, and even just in general with the aggression that they're putting, it will make it tough for Special to do any drops. Alright, so Zoun still going into Phoenix. I mean, he's sitting at 5, going into his 6th. Does he go into a higher number here? I almost wonder if that'd be a waste. I mean, he is going to go into Colossus. He's got extended thermal lance coming through. Even adding on more gateways, so I don't think that's going to be the end game, but it will allow him to keep the pressure. He's going to 7. See the Oracle towards the side. Just going to keep an eye on any drops. And of course now going into more and more of the Colossus and stuff. Eventually we will see Disruptors come into play for the Protoss. Special. Throwing out a couple of Widow Mines. There's only a single Observer, which is going to be with the army. So fortunately mine's not going to be that effective. But we'll see. Eventually going to pick up a couple of the Marauders, the Marines starting to fall apart here. Special in a lot of trouble. Eventually going to shade forward or stem forward here. But unfortunately with the Phoenix in place, he's not able to really take care of anything. I mean, the Marines are going to get picked up. Everything going to be taken out. Eventually Special going to send in his SEVs. And yeah, I mean, just getting completely roasted right now. GG's. And Zoun takes game number 1. Without further ado, spawning to the top right in the blue. Give it up for the Terran. It is Special. And in the bottom left, in the red, the Protoss. It is Zoun. Right. So, game number 2. So far, we got Special going for a single racks opening. He's going to get his gas and go for a more standard opening. Right. Other side, we do have Zoun going into the gateway. This time, no remarks being opened on either side. Of course, the probe for Zoun going to be being annoying, being a Protoss. Second barracks still coming out for Special. So going into the same play as before. Gonna open up a Reaper this time. And eventually Special will get himself an expansion. But for the time being, just going to try to make it seem like he's going into a run racks situation. Obviously, Zoun going to be like, oh yeah, I'm delaying your natural a whole lot. But eventually we'll see the later expansion. Maybe double Reapers coming out for Special. The first Reaper, though, going to pop out. Will eventually kill off. He says, hey, your expansion's still not here. What is going on? And he has to be thinking that there's some kind of aggression coming. And of course, with the double Reapers being made, instantly a shield battery going to go down for Zoun at the same time. First Reaper going to make its way across the map. The second one just now popping out. Eventually we'll be able to return across and maybe deal with something. But the big thing is these Adepts, well, there's only one right now. Second Adept on the way, and it is going to be Stargate from Zoun once again. Okay, so gonna go into Marines, followed up into this. This goes into a full 3 Reapers altogether. Interesting. Zoun does have the Adept, but I don't know how well it's going to do against 3 Reapers. I mean, they do have regenerative properties and will be able to kind of play around, but first Adept does take out the Reaper. 2 Reapers do remain. Let's have to worry about the shield battery, though. And it's almost wondering, do you actually worth it? Is it worth it? Don't think so, but no, he's going to be able to get out. Oh! Huge, 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 huge. Oh no, he's gonna come back in. Oh no. So eventually we will see the Reapers pop out. Not gonna be able to get any more damage done. And with the Phoenix showing up, of course, that is going to be that on the other side. He is just going more into Marines. He's got that factory done, building into Tech Lab. So wouldn't be surprised if he just goes into tanks. Maybe throws in a Cyclone or 2. We'll definitely see. Almost gets the the Phoenix. Now the Reaper's still just trying to find some kind of damage. May be able to get a probe, but doesn't look like that is going to be the case. Eventually just gets picked up. The Adept's going to shade in and kill it off pretty quickly. And what is Zoun's play from here? He's going to go into Phoenix Adept. Eventually has a robotics facility behind this as well. We'll see. The Cyclone is out. Will allow him to kind of have a little bit of extra pressure against the Phoenix. But here come the Adepts down into the natural. Still a couple of the Phoenix up towards the main base. Will eventually come in if he can somehow pull Special out of position. But now Zoun going to return back home with the Adepts. He doesn't want to overextend or anything like that. Just going to keep those Phoenix across the map. Now, they can definitely come in and it gets more damage. Just pick up SCVs and start firing onto them. Once he sees the Marines and stuff coming through, just back up and yeah. Really good stuff there from Zoun. Eventually, we are going to have an Observer out, which we'll be able to send across the map. Just kind of see, is there any hidden units, of course. We don't see that from Special. He's in fact going into tanks. He's got Liberators on the way. Getting combat shields and more Marines. So playing very more aggressive, I guess. Third base on the way for Zoun. Do see no third base from Special yet. He's in fact adding on more barracks. Trying to get some of that army production up and running. And behind it, going to finish up Stim. There we go. Colossus on the way with extended thermal lance for the Protoss, and all the while these 4 little Phoenix keeping Special at home somewhat for the time being, but Special looking ready to rock. He's actually going to start going across the map with this small force of army. What does the Protoss really have? I mean, he's got a couple of Adepts, he's got an Immortal, he's got a lot of Phoenix. I don't know how well this is going to do. So Phoenix are going to get recalled. So I don't understand that play. I don't understand why you go. Oh, okay. There was an attack going on down here. That's fine. Okay. The Liberator. Liberator gets 8 probes. Very, very good job. Huh. And yeah, Special just going to return back home. Keeps the distraction long enough to be able to get the probe kills, which is actually going to be really nice. He's got Extend Thermal Lance almost finished up on the Protoss side. Tank's going to siege up on the bottom as a third base is on its way. And the Phoenix is going to return to be aggressive across the map. But they can't really... Well, I guess they could pick up the tanks if they wanted to, but it doesn't look like he wants to risk it. I think eventually just go into the main, get more damage. Another big attack coming into the third base. Trying to pull Special out of position, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. Well, maybe he will. Tank's going to re-siege up onto the low ground. Eventually, he will be able to take care of the Phoenix. The Immortals focusing fire onto whatever they can. This time, definitely a better position for Special. Eventually, the third base will go down. Looks like Special wants to go across the map for a counterattack. And because of earlier, Zoun does not have a recall available, so going to have to fly all the way back home. Those Phoenix are very, very fast. Instantly Special going to have to back up. Now he does have those Marines across. Looks like he is going to start sending in the rest of the army against Special, but Special now ready for an attack of his own. He's got +1 done. Scan, sees where the army's at. Will eventually move down towards the bottom, maybe go up to the top as well. There's a probe in position. Jules got this out. Tank's going to siege up behind the wall. Yeah, I mean, pretty good position so far for Special. He will look to go up towards the top, maybe a little bit more, start focusing some of the probes. But he has to be careful of those Colossus. They're going to be very deadly. The Immortal might be deadly as well, but with the Vikings coming in, should be more than okay. There we go. The Marines and Marauders coming in. Now trying to focus down onto the Colossus. One Colossus will, well, still remain strong. I thought he was going to go down there, but 10 probes have fallen all together. Eventually, the SCV is going to come down and make some missile turrets to help defend against the Phoenix. And so far, looking pretty good. I mean, they will be able to shoot the Colossus as well if they get too close. Shield batteries are now empty, and the Marines going to stem forward. We'll start focusing on top of this, but eventually the Vikings will take out the Phoenix. The Marines and Marauders trying to get on top of everything. The Colossus starting to fall. The Zealots going to have to move back. Overcharge has been activated. And Special playing this very, very patiently, but how much more can Zoun take out of this? The Colossus has a death wish, a dream, and all of the above. Eventually, the third base will go down. A supply depot to go in front of the tanks to keep those pesky Zealots out of the way. And Special looking very, very good here in game number 2. GG's! Game number 3 between Zoun and Special. Started off with some trash talk, but Special retaliating and able to make it through. Now, what will we see from Zoun here in game number 3? Will he still play that very heavy Stargate, like Phoenix style? Will we see something different from him? I feel like if he goes into the Stargate style again, Special wins this. If he catches on to it, because Zoun is, I guess he is more known for his Stargate style plays, but I feel like Special has kind of gotten a grip on it. But Special has done the same kind of build both games, so I don't know. Could go either way, I suppose. So far, Zoun will be going into the main base of Special, just, you know, scouting around, seeing what's what. Special actually sending out another SCV for a Proxy. It's going to go into a Proxy factory situation. We're going to get into some more Thors. We saw this in the previous series of Hero versus Cure. And since Gumiho has been back, Thors have kind of gotten a boost, right? It feels like Thors are starting to be utilized more and more. And is that going to be something here? Or are we just going to see a Widowmine drop, maybe? Maybe some Hellions? I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be an Adept, though. From June, he has his expansion up, or on its way. Eventually, we will see the command center going up, just getting into more and more of a standard-esque style of play. Of course, the probe will eventually find the factory, although it's already been completed. It's going to be a Hellion. I mean, do you just let it keep going? Do you kind of move back? Looks like he's going to move back for the time being. Getting those additional stalkers, just going from there. Eventually, Twilight Council will be thrown down, so this time not going into a starport, or excuse me, a Stargate. Yeah, starport's going to go up towards the top, so eventually looking to get into the main base with the Hellions. We're just going to keep an eye on the front. There we go. Alright, so Marine's going to be coming out for special behind this. He wants to have some defenses at home, just in case there is like a hidden starport, or excuse me, a hidden Stargate, or anything like that. And eventually, we will see a drop coming through. Third Hellion is out, fourth one on the way, or third one is on the way, excuse me. And we do have the medevac coming out now for special. Blink going to be the choice for Zoun as he is adding on additional gateways. He's getting just everything that he really needs. He's going to go into a robotics facility behind this. And I don't blame him there. I think getting maybe an immortal, as well as just having the ability to make some observers, is going to be very, very crucial here for the red Protoss. Now, it does have 3 Hellions. We're going to go into the main base. Same time, we do have some Marines looking to go into the natural once we do see those stalkers getting pulled out of position. And yes, he did. Same time, we do have the Marines stuff going towards the front, looking to shut down the pylon for additional warp-ins. So far, 5 probes have ended up falling. The additional probes will end up going down, trying to heal up the pylon, and almost gets the stalker. Eventually, we will see the... Oh, so good. The observer is out. Eventually, this does get picked up and moved back. 6 probes altogether do end up taking out. Looks like special might go into the natural or the main base here. Interesting. Starport returns back home. A couple of Marines going to go back as well. I mean, you really can't go into the main right now. The stalkers are going to be there. They're going to be able to start shutting this down once again. You see the observer making its way across the map, looking to finish things off, and with Blink finishing up for Zoun. It's going to be more than okay. Third base on the way for Zoun. Special, though, just building up a couple of more barracks. And eventually, I guess maybe goes into a third base behind all this. Oh, you can't really get into the main, though, especially with the stalkers in position. I mean, I guess you could try, right? You still got some Marines across. Does not have stem either, so... yeah, doesn't have any upgrades at all. Stalkers are looking to go across the map, put on some counter pressure. There are a handful of Marines, though, and a bunker, so I don't see much getting done. Maybe he blinks in to the main base and kind of forces the bunker Marines out. That's going to be about it. Yeah, I guess he could go into the main, too. Blink is done. I don't think he knows about this, does he? No. Doesn't know about the Hellions here. That could be actually really good for him. Especially now with the Marines and the medevacs moving out for the Terran. Eventually, we are going to see the Stalkers blink into the main base. We'll start taking into the SCVs. Damage done. A couple of Hellions do move up, but unfortunate. Unfortunate. Special though does have a pretty good force altogether. Like, not gonna lie, he just does not have any upgrades, but you already have Colossus popping out, Sent Thermalanche, Charge being almost done as well for the Protoss. So yeah, he doesn't have the army at the moment, but should be more than okay. Now Special is going to move across the map. Same time, does have a nice drop into the main base. We'll be able to pick off a couple of probes, taking care of the Stalkers. Zealots will eventually clean that up. And now another small force of Specials looking to go up towards the third base. But unfortunately, there is a Colossus and some Stalkers, so going to struggle a little bit more now. There's going to be another drop going towards the main base. As we do see Special trying to pull Zoun out of position. Stalker's still going to blink forward, trying to catch whatever drop may be happening, as he does see it on his radar. And, oh, no! No! Special getting caught with his pants down. Not a good time at all. Special eventually just going to attack into this. We'll start pushing in one more time. The Stalkers, though, will be able to push it back. And, yeah, a lot of these units starting to get very, very low. Now, Special does have a third base. Stalkers, though, going to blink forward and just give chase to this. And I don't know what Special can really do here. I mean, he is doing a good job picking off the Stalkers, trying to get on top of whatever he can. He even takes out a medevac. Gonna switch up into a couple of Vikings is Special. But Zoun just continuing to push in. Go. +1 on the way now for Zoun. Special already has +1 attack, which will help out, but the thing is a lot of what Zoun has just really kind of counteracts what Special is doing here. Templar Archives on the way. I feel like right now, Zoun is just very well defended at the moment. Ghost Academy is almost done now for Special. I guess that could kind of help him out, especially since Zoun is trying to transition more into maybe like High Templar. But we already see Zoun going into Disruptors. First one just not popping out, and Zoun just has such a reach, and just such a vision on on Special right now. Stalkers blink forward once again. Pick off a couple of units. Does get the cancel onto the fourth base. So nice little pickup there for Special. Zoun trying to go for a bit of a lane rush. Gonna work out. Good Disruptor shot. We'll take out a couple of units. She does end up dying though. Fourth base going to be taken down at the bottom for Zoun. Special still stuck on 3 bases. Go. Alright, so Archon's going to be the choice for Zoun. He is, of course, getting more and more Disruptors, building 2 at a time. Looks like this might be the attack here. Disruptor's going to go forward. Eventually, does not land. Out the Marines and stuff. Going to be moving forward. The Ghost looking for some EMPs. Blinking forward. Disruptor shot gets killed off before it can even land. And this looks like it might be it. Special pushing forward. The Guardian Shield has gone down. The Colossus getting focused down by the Vikings. And even some good EMPs going off. Overcharge has been activated. Eventually a couple of Disruptor shots will land on the army. But Special pushing forward more and more. Overcharge are almost down for the Protoss. And Zoun is in trouble. Special will be able to get the 4th base. Looking to go up towards the natural. More warp-ins of some High Templar and Stalkers to get some Archons going. And eventually we will see Special pushing in once again, gets a scan, sees the army here, and there is not a lot for the red Protoss. He says, you know what, let's go into the main. Let's take a ride to Crazy Town. There are some stalkers, though, into the main base. We'll go ahead and back up, though. Not losing anything. He has to be careful. One of those medevacs is very, very low. See where he wants to go from here. Now, there's a pylon up towards the top. Eventually could take another base up there. Switching up into Immortals after, what, 5, 6 Disruptors? Not going max Disruptors, but we'll see. Another attack going up towards the top. The Disruptors looking to get a couple of shots onto this little army down here. Ooh, gets a decent shot. Disruptors up at the top, though. Will eventually have some kind of cover. Uses 2 Disruptors. That's just a small handful of units. I don't know if it's worth it. 4th base is here, though, for Special. He continues on behind this. For another attack. Nothing up towards the top except for that single pylon, which will actually supply block Zoun. Oh no, the Disruptor shots! Huge hit there! Oh no! Oh! With only a couple of Disruptors, not going to be able to get too much done. The attack just going to go across the map. The huge warp-in of Zealots, so looking to clear this back. Has Zoun done it? Good EMPs go off. Spawn blinking forward with the Stalkers. The Zealots trying to get on top of the army. We don't mind, though. We'll push it back for the time being. Guardian Shield has gone down. You see Zoun now looking to go towards that third base location. Does he send across the Disruptors? It looks like he is going to send them and join them up together in the middle of the map. The players are backing up for the time being, regrouping themselves, clearing out whatever they can. Our 4th base being retaken here for Zoun. And it looks like we may have another attack for the Terran, but it's just good sky. Okay, no, he's not going to see it this time. The players trying to decide where they want to go here. Of course, the observer will be able to see this. Does not make the connection with the Disruptor. Good EMP goes off onto the army. And now here we go. Special going into the main base with a small force. A good warp-in of some Zealots to try to help defend this. But he's going to need more than just 4. And he's going to send back his whole army to deal with this. Stalkers blinking forward. Going to try to focus on top of the Ghosts. Eventually we'll get on top of the medevacs as well. Trying to defend with whatever they can. This gives an opportunity here for Special to go to that 4th base. Once again, Disruptor shot's going to move forward. Pushes back Special for the time being. Stem forward. Gets a huge hit there. Taking out all of the Ghosts. Overcharge activated and now blinking forward with the Stalkers. Trying to take out the medevacs as Zoun done it somehow. Takes a 5th base behind all of this. And now wants to go for the counter pressure. Medevacs will end up falling. Small force of medevacs with units in it will go across, looking to go towards that 3rd base location and drop into the natural at the same time. Just a couple of Marauders and some Marines. Not going to be enough. Here come the Zealots. Disruptors looking to get on top of everything. Just going to eliminate the whole army. Guardian Shield goes down. Blinking forward. EMP goes off onto the Immortals. And there we go. 9 SCVs end up falling, blinking forward with the Stalkers. The Immortals in the back, dealing damage. Eventually, these Disruptors will be off charge, and they will shoot again. And another huge hit. 17 SCVs have fallen. This 3rd base is in shambles. The Zealots pushing forward. Has Zoun done it? 140 supply to 102. Does back up for the time being. It's the 3rd base. Knocks it back into the main. Disruptors will keep a little bit of distance here for the Protoss. And then eventually we'll have to back up. Now, go. Backing up for the time being as we do see a little bit of a drop going across the map here for Special. Will it be enough to end this in his favor? or at least bring him back, because right now Zoun is starting to kind of walk away with this a little bit. The big thing right now is Zoun has the income possibilities. 79 to 56 workers. They are tied up in the army aspect of it. Go. They'll drop towards the bottom. Of course, Zoun will end up scouting this. Oh no. A couple of weapons will come in with some stalkers. Special eventually will be forced back. Same time, another attack up to the top. Disruptor shots looking to go off. The EMPs are too good. And not the best. Disruptor shot special starting to push forward once again. Getting on top of every single disruptor as possible. Overcharge does end up activating, but special just backs up. Exactly what special needs if he wants to stay in this game. He is a little bit behind economically, but with the addition of mules, he should be okay. We got Colossus, we got DT Shrine on the way. +3 for the Protoss. Zealot will get the block. No 5th base at the moment for special. Blinking forward with the Stalkers. Zealot's going to get on top of the army. Widowmine gets this taken out. GG's! And Zoun takes the series.